It is clear, right? So let's start the session. So in the last class, we are discussing about the inferential statistics, and within that statistical test, what are the various statistical tests are available. So let us complete that with the last two tests. What are the two tests are left is related to categorical. We have completed one sample test, one sample t-test, and one sample z-test and everything. So today we are going to cover the balance two tests are there. One is called as one proportion and chi-square. And once we complete these two tests, we'll move on to the data cleaning part, right? Next. So now one proportion test. What is meant by one proportion test means when you're having a single column, data, and for single column that to categorical data. In that case, we are going to apply the test name is called as one proportion test. Now here we are having in terms of a data like this. The people carried out a poll to find the acceptability of a new football coach. Okay. And it was decided that if the support rate for the coach for the entire population was less than 90%, coach has to be fired. Now, out of 2000 people participated, 2000 people participated. Participated means number of records are 2000. And 496 people supported the new coach. Means out of 2000, 496 people supported, and balance, what are the balance will be there? That is nothing but 1504 people not supported the coach. Okay, 496 people supported, 1504 people not supported. Conduct the test whether we have to accept the new coach, whether the new coach should be fired with the 95% confidence. Now, what is the null and alternate hypothesis? So, what are the steps involved? So, if you go into the of this one, what are the steps involved? Just I'm trying to open. So, as we have written earlier, the notes. What is the notes we have taken for the inferential statistics is what are the steps involved? So, what are the steps involved in the inferential statistics for discrete data? First, we are going to formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. Later, level of significance. Check for level of significance. There is no difference. Third step, check for normality. That option will not be available here. Check for normality option is not there. Check for normality is applicable only for the continuous data. Check for normality option is not applicable for the discrete data. So third step is not there. Now coming to the fourth step, if number of columns is equal to 1, one proportion test. If the number of columns are greater than 1, we are going to use the chi-square test. Now in this case, how many columns are there means one column. That columns has records 2000 records. In that support, not support. Either support word will be there, either not supported word will be there. Now for this particular data of 2000 records, if you apply the value counts, what are the categories you are having? Support, not support. And for each category, you are having in terms of value counts. This is the value counts. Total 2000 records are there. Out of 496 people are supporting the new coach. 1504 people are not supporting the coach. Right? They only have given the output also. Actually, if they have provided the data, for example, there is a column gender, male, 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 female, female, like this is there. What I'm going to apply is value counts. How many males are there? How many females are there? But instead of that, if you don't give the data directly, you are only saying that 3 males are there, 2 females are there out of 5. Then what is the meaning of if I write the same thing in a sentence? If I writing as a sentence in a given data set, in a given data, okay, total we are having the 3 males, 3 males and 2 females. What is the meaning of this? In the given data, we are having 3 males and 2 females. What is the meaning of this? Total you are having the 5 records. Out of 5 records, 2 are male records, 3 are male records and 2 are female records. Now this is one column or two columns? Basically one column in that two categories. Categories are two, but column is only one. So when we are having one column with two categories, the data they have mentioned like this in a sentence. Now, instead of giving the sentence like this, if they provide the data like this, male, male, female, female, male, if they provide like this, then also answer is same. Either data has to be provided in the column wise. Either this is in Excel, they have to provide in the Excel sheet or CSV file, they have to provide the data. Or instead of providing this data in the Excel, they have written in the sentence. Basically, both the meanings are same. So similarly here, total 2000 records are there. Out of 2000 records, 496 people supported the new coach they have written. Basically, if they have provided the data Excel sheet, in that 496 they have to fill with the supported. 1504 records has to be filled with the not supported. Instead of providing the Excel sheet, directly they only have given the answer. If they have provided the Excel sheet, then what I have to do? Value counts I have to apply. Excel sheet was given means value counts I have to apply. Now, so what is the steps involved means first step. What is the first step in the discrete data? Already you have written the notes. What is the discrete data? Steps means these are the steps. What are the steps? First, we are going to have this. Okay, step 1 is formulation of null and alternate hypothesis. Now for this example, what I'm going to do is formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. What is the null hypothesis in this case? Coach not to be fired, coach to be fired. Where I have to take the action in the alternate hypothesis, no action in the. So when you have to use the word no action and when you have to use the word no difference, means no action word has to be used when you are working on a one sample. No difference word you have to use when you are working on the more than one sample, that is two columns. For ANOVA test and chi-square test, go with the word called as no difference. When you are working with the one sample, that is one column, you always use the word called as no action. Okay, frame always the null hypothesis by using the no action word when you are working with the one column. Right? Now, second step, what is the second step? Miss alpha is equal to 0.05 because 95% level of confidence. Balance 5% is significance, level of significance. That is 0.05. Third step, there is no third step. Now, what is the first step? Select the test. What is the test you have to select here? One proportion test. Why it is one proportion test? What is the reason of one proportion test, guys? Because only one column, that too discrete. Now, what is the fifth step? Step number 5. What is the step number 5? Apply the test. We are going to apply the test. Apply the test and we are going to calculate the p-value. Okay, here I'm going to write for binorm test. One proportion test is called as binorm test. Okay, and 496 out of 2000 with 0.9. What is the meaning of 496? Means how many of them are supporting the coach is 496. Means for my null hypothesis, how many records are satisfying for null hypothesis? That records you have to write here. For null hypothesis, coach should not be fired means how many people are saying support to the coach? 496 people are supporting. So for your null hypothesis, what it is supporting, that you have to write here. And followed by total number of records are 2000 and 0.9. What is this 0.9 is? Because 90% of the people should support. Now you are going to get the output, and here what are the output you have received? So here I'm going to import the from SciPy import stats. And here I'm going to get the p-value. What is the p-value? 0. So p-value is less than 0.05. P low, null go, which is nothing but reject the null hypothesis. So here in your notes you have written, see, just observe What are the steps you have written here and here? What is the first step? Formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. You have formulated. Okay. What is the second step? Level of significance alpha. Third step, not applicable. Fourth step, select the test. What is the test you have selected? One proportion test. Next, what is the step number 5? Apply the test and calculate the p-value. And you are going to apply the test and automatically it will calculate the test statistic value along with the p-value. And after calculating the p-value, what is the next step? Based on the p-value, either accept or reject the null hypothesis. If p is less than alpha, reject null hypothesis. What is the p-value got? 0.0. It is less than alpha or more than alpha? Alpha value is 0.05. You got 0. Now p value is 0, alpha value is 0.05. So p value is less than alpha, reject the null hypothesis. Same, everything. Now let's go with one more example. This is one more example. Now for this example, we are having in terms of Johnny Talkers. There is a soft drinks. Johnny Talkers is a soft drinks and sales manager. There is a sales manager is available and planning to launch the new sales incentives program for their sales executives. Now the sales executives has told that, sir, more than 40 years people are not buying this drink. Okay, only children are buying this drink and they requested the sales manager not to launch. Okay, so the sales executives are saying that adults won't buy the drink. Since adults are not buying the drink and it is a child only drinking this product, and if you are giving this much of high targets, we can't complete that. So here what happened is Johnny Talkers. Okay, so whatever the Johnny Talkers we are having with the soft drinks. Okay, it is not Johnny Walkers, it is Johnny Talkers. So Johnny Talkers soft drinks division sales manager is planning to launch a sales incentive program. What is meant by sales incentives? Incentives means extra money. So everyone knows this one. So when you will get that extra money in the sales means when you do the targets. So they'll give minimum something, and if you do more than that, if you are working more than that means automatically they'll give the additional bonus. That extra money is called as incentives. In the sales will be there. Particularly in the sales, incentives will be there. Now what are the sales incentives are there? They are launching. But the sales executives are saying that don't launch this type of incentives program for us and don't give the targets for us. Now whenever we launch the sales incentives program, automatically initial target will be high. If you cross that initial target, extra money you will show. First they will increase the initial target. Now these sales executives has told that don't launch this type of program for us. Don't give the higher targets, initial target only high value. They are saying that don't launch. Who? Sales executives are saying. Why they are saying? Because they are feeling that adults are not buying this drink. And they requested a sales manager not to launch the program. Now you have to analyze the data and check with a 5% significance level to support the hypothesis. From sales manager point of view, what is the answer? If you are seeing from sales manager point of view, forget from the sales representative, manager point of view. From manager point of view, the people who are adults are drinking the drink and children both are same, no difference. So here we are having the data like this. I'll show you the data and I'll explain so that you can easily formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. Now can you see here? Adults are there. And in another column, what is the another column? Purchase, not purchase. Means some of the adults has purchased, some of the adults not purchased. Similarly, if you scroll down, still if you scroll down, children. Some people of children purchase, some people of children not purchased. Every children was not purchased, every children has not purchased. Both are not there. So some of the people of children purchased, some of the adults has purchased. Now more children are purchasing means it is called as children drink. If more number of adults are purchasing means it is called as adult drink. According to the sales manager, both are same, no difference. As I've told you, null and alternate hypothesis has to be formulated by using the which words? What is the word we have to use? When you are having the two columns, what are the words we have to use means no difference. When you are having a single column, what is the word you have to use? No action. For single column, no action. For two, more than one column, no difference. Now here you are having the two columns. For two columns, what you are going to apply? No difference. What no difference? Which one is no difference? Number of people who are drinking this one by adults and the number of people by children, both are same. For example, 100 people of children. For 100 people, if you are asking this drink purchase, this one means out of 100, 10 people has purchased out of 100. Now in the adults, 200, you have given this product to 200 and you ask it to purchase means out of 200, 20 has purchased. Whether both the ratios are same or different? Same only now. Ratio wise I am saying, not individual value wise, ratio wise. Out of 100, how many purchased? Out of 200, how many purchased? Similarly, now here, if you observe, first I load the data. What are the data is there? After loading the data, we'll, sir, now first step is formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. No, sir. Yes. So now formulating for null and alternate hypothesis, what we required is in terms of first, always remember this one. So whenever you want to formulate the hypothesis, okay, remember this, what one? First read the question properly. Read question. Okay. Along with that, check number of columns. How many columns are there? Check for number of columns. Okay. If number of columns are equal to 1, use the word no action. If the number of columns are more than 1, no difference. Exactly 1 means no action. More than 1 is no difference. And third one is load the data. Load the data means load or see the data. Then after that you formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. Without seeing the data, sometimes we may not understand. So once you see the data and also you read the question along with the number of columns, then you will get a complete clarity on the data. Then you can formulate the null and alternate hypothesis. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Yes or no? Right? Clear, guys? Now, so here, this is the data. Since I'm having the two columns are there, so I have to keep in the mind, I have to use the word called as no difference. Now, which one no difference? So for no difference, I'm going to read the question. In the question, they are saying the proportion of adults and proportion of children are same. Who are buying by the adults and the number of people by adults and number of people by the children are same proportion. Now here I'm going to load the data, and after loading the data, total how many records are there means 1220 records are there. Out of 1220 records, how many people, okay, how many people of person dot value counts. Okay, when I apply the value counts, okay, so total how many children are there? 740. How many adults are there? 480. Okay, 480 children and 740, 740 children and 480 adults are there. Fine. Now, similarly, I want to check in terms of drinks. In the drinks, how many of you are not purchasing? 1010. How many records are purchased? 210. Okay, fine. Now the point is, out of 740, how many purchased? How many not purchased? Out of 480, how many purchased? How many not purchased? For example, out of 480 people, adults, 450 people are purchasing, 30 people not purchased. Then what is the ratio of adults purchase? What is the ratio of adults purchase? 450 divided by 480. Out of 740, for example, 10 people has purchased, 730 people not purchased. What is the purchase proportion of children within the children? 10 by 740. That much percentage of people are purchasing. Is the point is clear? Now, out of 100, 50, 70 people are purchasing, 30 people are not purchasing. What is the meaning? 70% of the people are purchasing. How you calculated 70 percentage? Means 70 divided by 100. Similarly, 450 divided by 480. Example. Now my question is, in this example, out of 480, how many are purchasing? How to check that one means by using the cross tab. So in the cross tab, can you see total adults how many? 48. In that 48, how many purchased, how many not purchased? Purchased people are 58. Not purchased people are 422. Within the children of 740, how many purchased? 152. How many children not purchased? 588. Now, what is the percentage of children are purchasing? Percentage of people of the children purchasing. 152 divided by 740. Now, similarly for adults, 58 divided by 480. Whether these two are same or not is the question. Sir, simply we can calculate now. 152 divided by 740, 58 divided by 480. Then you will conclude on the sample. Based on the sample, what you have to estimate? Population. So here I'm going to apply the chi-square test. In the chi-square test, what is the p-value I have got? 0.005. Now since this value is greater than alpha or less than alpha, what is alpha value? 0.05. This p-value is greater than that or less than that? It is less than alpha. Since p is less than alpha, what we have to do? Reject the null hypothesis. What is the null hypothesis? Both are same. So we are going to reject this both are same and we are going to say both are not same. Now finally the sales manager is going to launch the program or not launch the program? No, he is not going to launch the program. So he is going to reject the null hypothesis, unequal proportions. Finally, the sales manager is not going to launch the program. For example, it was proved that both the proportions are same. Then he is going to launch the program and he will give the targets for the salespeople. Points are clear, guys? This is all the different types of tests. One sample t test, one sample z test, ANOVA test, one proportion test, and chi-square test. Everyone is clear? Everyone, online students and offline students, could you please ask what are the questions you are having? And whenever you are applying the Python, remember, remaining things are not included to us. Only this one, only p-value. Just we have to focus only on the p-value, whether the p-value is greater than alpha or less than alpha, to accept or reject the null hypothesis. Everyone is clear? When you are applying the Python code, just focus only on the p-value. After apply the test, that is the reason clearly I have written in the notes also. First, what you have to do here, apply the test. After applying the test, just you have to calculate the p-value. It will only calculate. Once you apply the test, it will calculate automatically the p-value. Just based on the p-value, if you are using Python means if p-value is less than alpha, greater than alpha. That's it. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? Done? So that is the inferential statistics. If anyone has any questions, you can ask. What are the questions you are having based on the inferential statistics and along with the descriptive statistics? Govardhan Reddy, can you please summarize between these two types? So what are the two types we are having? One is applied on the one column, second one is applied on the two columns. Chi-square test is applied when you are having the more than one column. When you are having a single column, it is one proportion test. Right? Is the point is clear, guys? Done? Now, let's move on to the next concept called as matrix. Now, in the inferential statistics, we are going to have a matrix. What is this matrix about? Okay. Now, what is this matrix about means here, let's take an example one. What is the example one is related to law. What is the null hypothesis says that according to the null hypothesis, the person is innocent, and which is the person is innocent, no action. Okay. Now, alternate hypothesis. What is the alternate hypothesis? Person is criminal, and you are going to take the action. Okay. This is the null and alternate hypothesis. Null is this one, alternate is this one. Now, here we are going to write the matrix. What is the matrix means? Many people will get confused with this. Now, let's see how many of you will get confused or not confused. Let us see this. So here we are going to write a matrix of, since two are there, null and alternate hypothesis is there. So we are going to write 2 by 2 matrix. Okay. One side we are going to write actual. One side we are going to write the predict. H0, H1. H0, H1 means actually the person is innocent. Now, really also the judge will predict innocent, or judge can predict even as a criminal also, right? Both the possibilities are there now. Innocent person, if the judge also predicted as innocent, then he has given a correct judgment. For innocent person he has given as a criminal, it is called as wrong judgment. Right? Now, but both the possibilities are available. Now here we are going to take like this. Okay. Predict. On one side we are going to have the predict, null and alternate, and other side we are having the actual, null and alternate. Now cell number 1. What is cell number 1? Now for completing this matrix, my suggestion for you is don't write simultaneously along with me. Why? Because two reasons. Reason number 1 is here two opposite words are there. One word is called as null, opposite word is alternate hypothesis. Null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, two words will be there. Now I will explain for you. While writing here, I will write the null hypothesis, and in the next line I will write the alternate hypothesis. But when I am writing the alternate hypothesis, in your notes you may write the previous sentence. In the previous sentence when you are writing, you will write the null hypothesis. What basically I am explaining for you? Alternate hypothesis. Second line I will explain. Now you will write that one. Now in your brain, two sentences will go. Now which one it will remember? What you are writing it will understand, or what I am speaking it will understand? And finally what you will say, sir, I was confused slightly. Why? Because you are trying to send two opposite words at a time to your brain. Automatically your brain will confuse. Okay. And not only this one, we are going to use the multiple opposite words: accept, reject, null hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, actual, predict. These are all the opposite words. So when I am explaining one word, you are writing another word. automatically two words will go to your brain. From your ears, it will go one word. With your hand, it will go one word. Both the words will go in an opposite way to your brain. Finally, what your brain will say is, I didn't understand, ask SRK one more time. Okay, so you should not get confused, miss. Just focus on this, whatever I'm explaining. Later you can write. If it is clear, you can write. If it is not clear, you can ask. No, sir, still I will write myself, miss. Give a try. When I'm explaining, you also write simultaneously. Just check what happens at the end. You will only understand. Na? 100% you will confuse and you will ask me. And what is the name of this matrix is called as? What is the name is called as? Confusion matrix. The name itself called as confusion matrix. Okay, sir, you created a no by default. That is the name, confusion matrix. Why? Why they kept that name? Because most of the people will confuse, so that is the name. Now understand? You should not get confused, miss. I told you the trick also, na? What is the trick, miss? You should not write the notes simultaneously. Because I will explain one word, miss, you will write another word. Because whatever the word you will write, I will also write the same word. I only don't know what word I will write. How you can know? How you can write simultaneously along with me? That is not possible, na? Think logically. Right? Now, let's start. Cell number 1. This is the first cell. Now tell me, what is actual? Actual is what? Actual means from this side you have to see, because you have written the actual on the left side. So you have to see from the left side point of view. What is predict means from top point of view you have to see. Predict means what? When I'm asking actual, where you have to see? Left side. When I'm asking what is predicted value, from where you have to see? From top side. Okay. For this particular cell, what is left side is there? Actual. Actual is H naught. Means actually the person is innocent. What judge has predicted? H naught. Predicted H naught, actual also H naught. And this is first cell. It is correct. Correctly he has predicted or wrongly predicted? Correctly predicted. Prediction we call it as accepting H naught. So he has done correct acceptance of H naught. Correctly he has accepted H naught. Anyone has got confused in the first cell? Correctly predicted or correctly accepted? Both are same. Correctly predicted, correctly accepted. Whatever he is predicting, that he is accepting. I'm saying you are a good boy, means I predicted you are as a good boy, means what is the meaning? I'm accepting that you are a good boy. Whatever I'm predicting, I'm accepting that one. Is the point is clear? Okay. Now first one only confused. Huh? How many? Online students? Rohit. Rohit. Just you are taking in terms of actual one side, predict as one side. One side actual, one side predict. And what are the possibilities are there, miss? H naught and H1 only. Only two options are there, right? H naught and H1. Okay. Actually, whatever the possibilities are there, in the prediction, what possibilities are there? So what are the possibilities means here? Actual H naught and predict also H naught is the possibility 1. Means actually the person is innocent, predicting also innocent, which we call it as correct acceptance of H naught. Is the point is clear? First one. Next, actually the person is innocent. Second, now come to the second cell. What is actual? Actually the person is innocent. That is H naught. But judge has predicted H1. What judge has predicted? Predict. What is predict? H1. Now he has done correct or incorrect? Incorrect. incorrectly what he is accepting? Incorrectly what he is accepting? Whatever he is predicting, that one only he is accepting. Or simply you write here the word. Okay, still more, let us go with a simple way. Write here accept. Now it is very simple, directly. Okay, let's write here accept, one side predict, one side accept. What you are accepting is H1. So whatever you are accepting, incorrect or correct? Incorrect. What incorrectly? What you are accepting? H1. So incorrect acceptance of H1. Incorrect acceptance of H1. Incorrectly you are accepting H1. Means incorrectly you are saying that the person is criminal. Basically he is an innocent person. You are saying he is a criminal. Incorrectly you are saying that one. Incorrect acceptance of H1. Point is clear? Everyone? Yes or no? Now let's go with the third one. Now you tell me what is actual, what is accepted. First tell me what is actual. Actual is H1. What is accepted? Accepted is H0. Now what is this called as? Correct or incorrect? Incorrect. Incorrectly what you have done? You have accepted H0. Incorrect acceptance of H0. Here you are incorrectly accepted H1. Here you are incorrectly accepted H0. Now for the last cell, what are the balance cell was left? Now cell number 4. Now tell me for the cell number 4, what is actual? Actual is H1. Actual is H1. What is accepted? Accept also H1. Now correct or incorrect? Correct. Correctly what you are accepting? Correctly you are accepting H1. That's it. In this, how many of you confused? How many of you have confused or not confused? Clear or not clear? Okay. So incorrectly acceptance of H1. Accept H1 is called as reject H0. Now here finally how many words are there? Correct acceptance of H0, incorrect acceptance of H1, incorrect acceptance of H0, incorrect acceptance of H1. So H1, H1, H0, H0 is there, but I want everything in terms of H0. Now here accept H1. You are accepting H1 means what you are doing with the H0? Rejecting H0. So can I write the incorrect acceptance of this one as incorrect rejection of H0? Is that okay? Now here accept H1 is there. What is accept H1 means what you are rejecting? H0. So can I write here correct rejection of H0? Now everything is in the H0 only. Correct acceptance of H0, incorrect rejection of H0, incorrect acceptance of H0, correct rejection of H0. Everything are in the H0. Now, if you have confused means please ask. If not, if it is clear means write in the notes. Okay, actual H0 and accepted. You accepted H1. Then what this is called as incorrect acceptance of H1. You are accepting H1. What is the meaning of accepting H1 means you are rejecting H0, which is also called as incorrect rejection of H0. Now, while I'm explaining this sentence, how many of you are writing first cell in the class? So who are writing the first cell when I'm explaining this sentence? Now, how many of you has given the correct answer while explaining? Now you'll confuse now actually. Earlier it is clear. Now you will confuse because you will write one side another words. I will explain one more word. Now what you are writing will not be went to your brain. Whatever I am explaining, it will not be understood. Finally, right? So it should not be done like that, miss. Please write clearly in the notes. This one you write first, later we'll discuss one more time. We'll try with one more example. Completed. Now let's try with one more example. So what is that example is? Now you are having this side predict, or which is nothing but accept. What you are accepting, predict or accept. This side you are having the actual now. H naught, H1, H naught, H1. Now, if it is previous one is clear, now let's fill this one. While filling this one, what you have to do is you should not see the previous one. Simultaneously, if you open the previous one, if you say, try to give the answers, again you will only will confuse. If you want, you can try. Right? Don't check the previous table now. Once again, if you check miss, you will only confuse unnecessarily. Right? Now, here, now tell me guys, what is actual? First tell me what is actual. Actual means from this side you have to see now. What is actual? H naught. Right? What is predict? Predict means from this side you have to see. Means what you are accepting. What you are accepting? H naught. Now, this is correct or incorrect? Correct. Correct. What? Correct. Whatever you are accepting, that one. Correct acceptance of H naught. Point is clear? First cell. Come to the second cell. For second cell, tell me what is actual now? Actual is H1. What is predict? H naught. Correct. Predict or accept, or simply I will not write the predict word for you. I will write only the word called as accept. What you are accepting is H naught. Correct or incorrect? It is a incorrect. What you are accepting? H naught you are accepting. So incorrect, accepting H naught. What you are accepting you have to write here. If it is correct or incorrect you have to write here. That whatever you are accepting. If you are accepting H1 means accept H1. If you are accepting H naught means accept H naught. Whatever you are accepting that you have to write. Before to that what you have to write is correct word or incorrect word. That's it. Okay. Now come to this. What is actual? Actual is H naught. What is predict? Predict or accepting. What is accepting? X1 is H1. What is the word we have to write? Correct or incorrect? Incorrect. Now, what is the second word? Second word is nothing but whatever you are accepting, that is the second word. What is the second word? Accept H1. Accept H1 is also called as reject H naught. So, reject H naught. Or you can even write incorrect, accept H1. Both are same. Second word is what you are accepting. First word is correct or incorrect. Now for last cell, what is the last cell? What is actual? Actual is H1. What is predict? Predict also H1. Now, what is the first word I have to write? Correct. What is the second word I have to write? Uh, that is accept H1 or which is also called as reject H naught. Both. So, which is the right one means reject H naught only we have to write basically. Reject H naught. Because everything should be as per the H naught. Whether we'll accept the null hypothesis or whether we'll reject the null hypothesis. Okay. Now what is the difference between the previous table versus this table means these two positions are interchanged. Why these two positions are interchanged? Because here predict and actual has interchanged to each other. So when you are seeing the textbook, in the textbook, if you find here incorrect rejection of H naught or incorrect acceptance of H naught, no, don't see only this one. You have to also see which side accept is there, which side predict is there. Point is clear, guys? Now, without seeing this table, without seeing anything, now tell me this one. Actual is H1. Predict is H naught. Predict or accepting. Whatever you are accepting is H naught. Your accepting is H naught. What it is called as? Incorrect acceptance of H naught. Okay, good. Now, actual is, first I'll write actual. Actual is H naught and accepted is H1. Accept is H1. What is this is called as? Incorrect acceptance of H1 or which is also called as incorrect rejection of H naught. Correct. Exactly, guys. Incorrect rejection of H naught. Incorrectly or rejecting H naught. Now, next one is actual is H naught and accepted is also H naught. Both are H naughts. That is H naught and this is also H naught. Now in this case, what is the answer? Correct acceptance of H naught. Done. Correct acceptance of H naught. Now last, that is actual is H1. Accept also H1. Then what it is called as? Correct acceptance of H1, which is also called as correct. First word will not change. Instead of acceptance H1 will come to the rejection H naught. First word will not change. Second one only. Accept H1 opposite is reject H0. Clear guys? Anyone? Any questions? Wherever the cell it is, logic will remain same. Now, if everything is clear, can I test you now? Okay, without seeing the previous table. If you have understood only, participate in the test. If you are not clear, miss, ask your question. Clear, miss, write the answers for this one. So this side is actual, this side is predict. Okay, first one is H0, H1. This is H1 and this is H0. Now what is the first cell? What is the second cell, third cell and fourth cell and fifth cell? Write the answers in each cell if this is the case. Completed? So I want the incorrect, correct, that I don't want actual and predict. Just I want the incorrect acceptance, correct acceptance, that one only. Now what is the cell number one? Correct acceptance or incorrect acceptance? Incorrect acceptance of H0. Done. Second one. What is the second cell? Correct acceptance of H1 or rejection of H0. Done. Next, third one. Correct acceptance of H0. Next, incorrect rejection of H0. Right? This is the four values. Now, I'll show you the shortcut now for this. Okay. So shortcut is which side you are having the accept now. Which side you are having the accept, right? Accept H0. Accept H0. Accept H1. What is accept H1 means? Reject H0. Reject H0. If both are same means correct, both are opposite means incorrect. So this is incorrect. Both are same, correct. Both are same, correct. And both are opposite, incorrect. Point is clear? Everyone? That is the shortcut. Sir, shortcut again it will confuse for us, miss. Go with the normal procedure only. Forget about the shortcut. Clear, guys? Now, in this, how many has confused? How many of them are clear? Confused people, it is called as confusion matrix. Non-confusion people, still it is called as confusion matrix only. Okay? Clear, right? Everyone? Done? Now let's go to the next topic. With this, the entire inferential statistics is completed. So after completing the test, what are the test output you are going to give now? The test output may be correct, may be incorrect also sometimes. So incorrect, there is a chances of incorrect acceptance of H naught also. Incorrectly will accept the H naught. Sir, why will do like this means? Because of the data. Why the judge will do a wrong prediction miss? Why the judge will give the wrong judgment? Instead of giving the right judgment, why he'll give the wrong judgment means evidences are like that. If evidence is like that, then what he has to do? Okay. If evidences says that Vijay Mallya is innocent person, what judge has to do? He has to keep as innocent only, na? He can't do anything, right? No, no, no. From last few years in India, everyone are saying you are a criminal and you all ran away from England. Judge can't give his personal opinions, right? Judge will always work based on the evidences. Similarly, inference statistics always works on the sample data. Sample data was wrong means what we can do. So what are the different ways of sampling? They are called as sampling techniques. The next concept name is called as sampling techniques. So whenever we have to do the inference statistics, first we have to select the sample. So what are the different types of sampling techniques we are having miss? First one is called as random sampling. Second one is called as non-random sampling. What is meant by random sampling and non-random sampling? Random sampling means you are picking the data randomly. It is called as random sampling. What is non-random sampling means instead of picking the data randomly, you are picking the data as per your choice, which is biased sampling. Okay. Now, for example, just now I have explained for you the confusion matrix. Okay. Whether it is clear or not clear. How many people are it is clear? I asked the question like this. Now, some of the students, they are going to show their face like this. They are going to shake their head like this. It is clear like this. They are going to shake something like this. Now, if I see only the front bench students, and if I consider myself, oh, everyone has understood means what it is called as biased sampling. I am biased only to the front bench students. I have to do the random sampling and I want to make a correct conclusion means what I have to do? Instead of seeing only front bench students, I have to see when the last bench, last corner person who is having with towel, that person also I have to see. Right? With respect to each and every person I have to observe in the class. Then I will get a correct sampling. For example, only these students, first bench students only if I am observing, then I will go with a wrong sampling. Right? What are we having in terms of different students in the class? Each and every student I have to observe. First bench students and last bench students and between students and everyone in the class. Right? Now that what are the sampling we are having in terms of random sampling and non-random sampling? Both of them we are going to have. Right? Now here we are having in terms of random sampling and biased sampling. So biased sampling will be give always wrong result. So then who is going to use the biased sampling? Biased sampling will be done when there is a corruption. For example, one quality inspector has went to the Kinley and he has to identify whether the Kinley water bottles they are maintaining more than 1000 ml or not. Now he has went to the unit, manufacturing unit. Now he has to select randomly 100 bodies and he has to inspect. Instead of selecting random bodies, what are the Kinley company has kept some separate bodies readily. If he observes only that bodies means, then it is called as what? Biased sampling. When someone has done the corruption and this person, whoever has went the inspector, is a corrupted person, automatically for him, biased sampling will come. For genuine people, they are not going to do the bias. They'll say that, okay, leave that samples, I will only select my choice. They'll take their own samples instead of going with the biased one, right? So, for example, now you are working in a news channel. Assume you are working in a news channel. That channel was funded by the Congress. It was funded by the Congress party. Or assume it is BJP party. Let us go with the BJP because they are in the government now. Example, anything is same. I'm not for with the BJP or not against to the Congress or anything. Just example purpose only. Okay. So let's take an example, BJP funded party, and you are working in that particular news channel. Now BJP party also, though they are in the ruling also, they will also do some mistakes, right? Obviously. But since you are working in this news channel, what you are going to project? BJP is a great party. It will never do the mistakes. It is the best party in the world. They'll project in that way. They'll show only the what are the BJP has done the right things. They'll show in the news channel. But every person, both plus and minus also will be there now. But these people, what they'll do? They'll hide that one. Now, as a journalist, if you are working in the news channel and if you say to your manager, sir, BJP party has done something wrong in this area, sir, I corrected the news. If you show to your manager, what he will do? Simply he will shift delete. That news will be deleted. Okay. Either he will not post in the channel. Why? Because it is a biased. There the news was not collected with the random. Okay. So it is going to be a biased one. Automatically, what are the predictions or estimations, everything will be done one-sided. Now, what is the best example for the inferential statistics means most of the people will say exit poll survey. What are the exit poll surveys are there? Exit poll survey means after polling was completed. Okay, which party is going to win? So here exit poll surveys. What are the exit poll surveys we are having? Now in the exit poll, one of the company is going to predict that in this area Congress will win. One person will say BJP will win. One person will say TRS will win. Why they are going to say like this? One person will show one answer. Why? Because what are the sample they have collected? For example, TRS has done some survey in the Amirpet. Now they have came to you and they asked, hey, TRS is a good one or bad one? Means you told bad one. They'll not even take your notes. They'll not even write that one. They'll not even collect also. Now total at the end, the TRS party, if they come to Amirpet and they collect the results, out of 100 people, 95 people will give the answer as TRS is good only for them. Because according to their data, what are the sample data they have collected, in that they collect only TRS is good only. If really 95% of the people says TRS is bad also, they'll not collect first. They'll not even collect also. Because what are the data they are having, in that they have to estimate now. Data only wrong data they'll collect. They also know actual answer, but still they'll not collect the original answer. Because they want to project to the public that TRS is going to win. And they want to create that feeling, and based on that, they want to give the build up for the next election. Is the points are clear? So these are all will be done with the biased sampling. So biased sampling, unless forcefully your whoever the team, okay, your head is there, they are asking to collect that data only. Obviously, we have to collect that data only. In that case, we can't go with the random. But when you are working in the IT industry and inside the company, when you are working and you are doing the project, Mostly we'll go with the random data only. Okay. So we are having the simple random sampling. Here within the random sampling, we are having the simple random sampling technique is the first one. Second technique name is called as stratified random sampling. Okay. Next one is called as systematic random sampling. Total 3 sampling are there within the random sampling again. What is the first one is simple random sampling. Simple random sampling means you are directly selecting the random data as per your choice, no restriction. Now, what is meant by stratified? Stratified random sample means here, with respect to here, let's take an example. Total 10 people are there. Out of 10 people, now I want to select 4 students. 4 students I want to select. That 4 students I can select any of the student in the case of simple random sampling. Any 4 students I can select. Randomly I can pick. But in the 10 students, 5 of them are males are there, 5 of them are females are there. What is meant by stratified means out of 10, how many you want to pick? 4. In that 4, you have to pick out of 5, 2 males, 2 females. Category wise, you have to pick. You can't pick all the 4 as females. You can't pick all the 4 as males. Then this is called as stratified. Stratified means first you have to divide the entire data into the category wise, and each category you have to take proportionate to the population. So your sample, how you are going to select in the sample means in the proportion in the population, what is the ratio they are having? 1:1. So in the sample also they should be in the 1:1 ratio. One male means one female should be there. So in the population data, what is the ratio? 5:5. 5:5 means equal to 1:1 only now. So now in the sample also 2:2. 2:2 means 1:1 only. Right? Same proportionate you have to maintain. That is called as stratified random sampling. Okay. Next one is called as systematic random sampling. What is meant by systematic? Systematic means for example here, total 100 students are there. Now I want to select every third student or fifth student. First I select one student, from there again fifth student, from there again fifth student, from there again fifth student, like that every time 50 will come. Sir, that is how it is random, sir. It is systematic means automatically bias unna. How it is called as random then? Means first student you are going to select randomly, right? Once the first student was selected, for example, you have selected student number 1. After this, what is the next student will come? Every 5 students, one student means what is the next student will come? 6th student only, right? After that, 11th student. After that, 16th student. After that, 21. After that, 26. Like this, it will come. For example, you have selected first student as 4th student. From there, what is the 5th student? 4, 9, 14, 19, 24. Like this will come. You have selected the first student as 3rd student. Then what is the second student? 8, 13, 18, like this. Is the point is clear? So first number you are deciding, automatically from there step is fixed. Okay. Now what is the answer of this one, guys? Tell me. Range of 1 to 100 with the increment of 5. What is the answer? Tell me. What is the answer? 1. After 1, what is the next number? 6. What is the next number? 11. Next. It is not 1, 5, 10. It is 1 after that 6 plus 5. It is not 0. It is 1. Okay. 1, 6, 11 like this. For example, if it is 2, then 2, 7, 12. If it is 3, if it is 4, if it is 5, if it is 6. So according to the numbers are changing now. First number based on that, but step is locked. This is systematic. Step was locked. Either 5 or 4 or 3, whatever that one, but that number is locked. First number was chosen randomly. So it is a combination of systematic random sampling. First number is random. From there, everything is systematic. So this is called as systematic random sampling. Means in this class, if I start selecting alternate students, if I start from this student, who is going to be the alternate means that student will come in the alternate. If I start from this student, that student will come in the alternate. The first student I am going to select, automatically alternate will be applied systematically. Is the points are clear, everyone? Done? So these are the different types of sampling techniques. Within, when you are applying the inferential statistics, first you have to select the data, sample data, then you have to apply the inferential statistics over that. Now, last topic for the day. What is that last topic is how to convert a skewed data to normal distribution data. Okay, when you are working with a numerical data, step 3. What is the step 3 is? Check whether the data is normally distributed. If the data is not normally distributed, convert it to normal distribution. Now, the next topic is converting skewed data to normal distribution data. This is going to be the last topic for today and end of the statistics. How to convert a skewed data to normal distribution data. With this, you can understand and you can work on the any kind of projects in the statistics. Right? Now, how to convert means here okay guys, 1 minute, just hold on. Here itself I'll continue. Okay, so first why, when we, in which cases we have to convert, in which cases we have to not to convert, means when you are applying the inferential statistics. Okay, when to convert the data from skewed to normal distribution. So when we have to do this, means when we are applying inferential statistics projects, when we are doing the inferential statistics related projects, when we are doing the inferential statistics related projects, in that case the data should be normally distributed. It should be normally distributed before applying one sample z-test, similarly one sample t-test and ANOVA test. When you are trying to apply these 3 tests, before applying, the data should be normally distributed. If it is not normally distributed, we have to convert and then we have to apply the test. Okay, if data is skewed, we can't apply the one sample Z test, one sample T test and ANOVA test. So we have to convert the skewed data, to normal distributed data. The skewed data to normal distributed data. Then we can apply these tests. What are the tests you are having? We can apply these tests. Okay. So when we are doing the inference statistics related projects, in that case only, we have to do all these things. If you are not doing the inferential statistics projects, not required. Right? Is the point is clear? If it is important point to be noted is if the project, if for data analytics projects, which includes only descriptive statistics, in that case no need to convert. For data analytics projects which includes only descriptive statistics, in that case we no need to convert the data. We no need to do the conversion. Sir, whether descriptive statistics or inference statistics are, which one has to be applied, how we can know is read the business problem. Step 1. What is step 1? Business problem understanding. In the business problem only you'll understand whether it is an inference statistics project or descriptive analytics project. Out of two, any one only will be there. Both will not be included in one. That one is there means this will not be there. This is there means that will not be there. Any one only will be there. So for data analytics projects, so we no need to convert, which has only descriptive statistics. How we can know whether it is inference statistics project or descriptive statistics project means read the business problem carefully. Write that one also. How we can know whether the project is descriptive analytics project or inferential statistics project. If which one, how we can know is answer read business problem. Okay, read business problem carefully. So automatically you'll understand that. Read business problem carefully, which is step 1 of any project. Step 1 of any project. Read that first step. That is business problem understanding. There itself you will understand which type of project it is. According to that, we have to move. Right, guys? Now, so let's apply how to convert, and that too when we have to do only for the inference statistics projects only this apply. For descriptive analytics project, You no need to do this one, right? Now, so from here, we'll continue in the tomorrow's class. So in tomorrow, we are going to see the data transformation, that is how to convert the skewed data to normal distributed data. Along with that, data cleaning. These two things we are going to cover in the tomorrow's class. And tomorrow is going to be one of the important class for all the projects, that is data cleaning. So how to identify the outliers we have completed in the statistics. How to treat them we are going to see in the tomorrow's class. How to identify the missing values we have completed in the pandas. df.isNull.sum will give the sum of total number of missing values in each column. But how to treat the missing values we are going to see in the tomorrow's class. We have got wrong data. How to treat the wrong data. If you are getting a wrong data type, how to treat that. So like this, we are going to cover the data cleaning, which is the most crucial part, which we are going to cover in the tomorrow's class. Don't miss the tomorrow's class along with the data transformation and data cleaning. Two things are going to be covered. Now with these two things are covered means now we'll move on to the data visualization. And by end of this Friday, will complete the data visualization part, Matplotlib and Seaborn, so that you can work on the data analytics project with Python by end of this week. Okay, tomorrow once we complete this one, next one is going to be data visualization. Now see guys, data cleaning and data visualization, whatever we are going to discuss for the next 2-3 days. Okay, please make a note of this one clearly. Whatever we are going to discuss for the next 2-3 days, that is data cleaning and data visualization, it is going to be common whether you are using the Excel, whether you are going to use the Power BI, whether you are using Python, Tableau, anything. Okay, so in the Excel, in the Python, in the Power BI, and in the Tableau, in 4 of them, what we are going to learn after this part was completed. This I am going to explain for you generalized. Python code is a practical part within the Python. So in everything, I am going to show you how to treat the data cleaning in Python, how to do the data cleaning in Python, how to do the data visualization in Python. Similarly, we are going to see how to do the data cleaning in Python, I mean in the Power BI. Within the Power BI, how to do the data cleaning, and similarly how to do the data visualization. Okay, data cleaning and data visualization. In the Power BI. Now in the Tableau also we are going to learn the same. What is data cleaning? I mean how to do the data cleaning within the Tableau. Same logic. Missing values, how to treat the missing values. Once you understand whether it is in the Python or in the Power BI or in the Tableau, logic will remain same. Just what is the syntax? Syntax is there now, the syntax will be different. So here also we are going to do the data visualization in Tableau. So in everything, common thing is data cleaning and data visualization. In everything, what we are going to do is first we'll load the data. First, what is the first step? Load the data. After the second step is clean the data. For the clean data, you have to apply the visualization. With that, your project is completed. Anything is same. In everything, load the data, clean the data, do the data analysis on the data. Load, clean, data analysis. Load, clean, data analysis. Data analysis you are going to do by using the visualization. The data analysis will be done through visualization. And what are the data analysis you have done? You are going to present. Now, once you understand by end of this weekend, the cleaning, generalized cleaning and generalized plots. What are the plots I'm going to explain in the Python? The same plots will be used in the Power BI also, but syntax is different. Now, once we complete the Python, so next we'll move on to the Power BI and later we'll move on to the Tableau. In the Tableau, if I ask you, How to treat the missing values means answer is same. How to treat the outliers means answer is same. Syntax is different. In the Tableau, we have to click on the different thing. Point is clear, guys? Everyone? Right? So once we complete by end of this weekend, from next weekend, everything will be very simple. Within 2 weeks, everything will be completed. 2 weeks Power BI, 2 weeks Tableau, 2 weeks Excel, 2 weeks SQL. Everything will be completed in 2 weeks. So just we are going to load the data, we'll clean the data and we'll analyze the data. Right? That's it. If you are having any questions, you can ask. Done. If you are having any questions, you can ask, guys. What are the questions you are having? Yeah. Sheikh Zubair. What is type 1 and type 2 errors? Yes. Incorrect acceptance of H1 is called as type 1. Incorrect rejection is called as type 2. Actually, at the time I have missed it there. Sheikh. Okay. Tomorrow I'll explain once again. Okay. Sheikh Zubair. Tomorrow I'll explain to every student. Done. Yeah, you can leave, guys. If you're having any questions, you can ask.